Good morning, everyone. We will now begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama to protect and bless us as we participate today in the construction of paradise on earth. Amatsu-Norito and Miroku Prayer, please stand. Takahama ni kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamurami no mikoto mochite. Sumemi oya kamuizanagi no mikoto. Tsukushi no imuka no tachihana no. Odono awagi harani misogi harai tamo utoki ni narimaseru. Harai dono kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumike gare o harai tamae kiyome tamae tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami yao yorozu no kami tachi domoni ame no fuji koma no Mimi purita tete kikoshi meseto kashikomi mo maozu. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Miroku o mikami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Oshie mi oya nushi no kami mamori tamae saki hae tamae. Kum nagara tamachi haemase. Kum nagara tamachi haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all light, in accordance with your divine will, the long gate of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us, radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive Group Johrei.
Meishu-sama bless you.
Johrei is now concluded. We will now listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teaching. The right choice. Let us be aware that it is the individual who always censures others for their seemingly wrong deeds, who is ultimately corrected by God. Let us not attempt to have others call us great. Let us simply pray that we be appreciated by others for what we are. Those who love and appreciate flowers, their grace and beauty, have hearts equally as beautiful. I would like to encourage people to cultivate flowers and place them everywhere. This would be the best means of promoting the love of beauty. Place arrangements in every place possible, so wherever people go, they will see flowers and enjoy them. Just a single flower in a vase would create a refreshing atmosphere wherever it is placed. It would be ideal if we could see flowers in every jail and in each prison cell. This would have an immeasurably good effect on the inmates' mental well being. If there are flowers wherever there are people, the negativity of today's world will be considerably alleviated. Dark forces dislike flowers and are afraid of coming where there are flowers arrangements. So it is very good to place flowers in your room. Flowers have an uplifting effect in the spiritual realm. In my house, I make flower arrangements and place them in almost all the rooms.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters. This morning, I want to share with you the faith experience of Ana Maria Ribeiro Pires de Andrade. She's from the Oporto Johrei Center, Portugal. Since the state of emergency in Portugal was decreed due to the pandemic, Ana Maria and her family followed their government guidelines and started social isolation. Her household consists of 5 people: herself, her husband, 2 children, and a 6-month-old grandson. In the first week, the family environment was not the best, as everyone was nervous about the sudden changes that occurred. Her daughter, who was in training and already had a date to start working, and her son, who had a job interview, had to cancel due to the pandemic, and she and her husband were deprived of going out with their grandson as they used to do every day. Her in laws, who live in an apartment in the same building, were also struggling to adapt to this new routine. Despite taking part in the morning and evening services of our church every day, she couldn't do most things at home, just what was strictly necessary. On Sunday, tired of always doing the same things, after taking care of her grandson together with her daughter, she decided to go to her apartment's balcony and take care of her home garden. She has planted lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, olives, kale, collard greens, and parsley. Little by little, she felt joy, love, and happiness, as if she was close to God and Meishu-sama. She likes talking to her plants and feels they understand her. At lunchtime, she felt different, and her family noticed right away, and they started to get calmer too. She told them then what she had done, and everyone was very happy. After her change, the atmosphere at home changed completely. Every day, together with her husband and daughter, they watched the online morning and evening services from their Coimbra headquarters and also the services from Brazil. She channels Johrei to her whole family, and this week she began a cleaning dedication on the stairs of the building where they live. It's a great joy to see her grandson's pleasure in having soup made with the products from their home garden. Currently, his daily tour is on their balcony to catch some sun, see the vegetable garden, and the birds. This purification that the world is going through awakened her to express gratitude for many things that she took for granted in her life. Ana Maria is very grateful to God and Meishu-sama for the protection and health granted to her family, for the friends who care about them. She prays that all humanity may have the strength to overcome this great purification. She would also like to thank God and her husband, who, despite not being a member, always joins her in our practices of faith at home and helps her to be useful to God and Meishu-sama. And another experience I want to share with you. This one is from Enrico Heitor Januzzi. He's from the Taubaté Johrei Center, Brazil. Henrico is 12 years old, was born into a Johrei family, and has received Johrei since he was conceived. In July of this year, he had an attack of severe asthmatic bronchitis. His father told him to receive as many Johrei as he could at the Johrei Center. Thus, he dropped Enrico at the center before going to work. Enrico offered a gratitude donation and then received 3 hours of Johrei. When he left the center, he was already feeling better and had a peaceful night's sleep. Thereafter, he went to the Johrei Center by himself to receive more Johrei. Thus, in a few days, he recovered completely. Another thing that happened to him was that at school, there was a special activity related to the Yellow September campaign, which focuses on suicide prevention. The students listened to a lecture during which a hands-on activity took place. Each student was given a sheet of paper, and as the speaker asked questions, they had to crumple the paper when the answer was yes. The speaker asked, who has ever bullied a friend who has bullied and also was bullied and other things related to that? Enrico noticed that he crumpled the paper only once because he had once teased a friend, while the other students had crumpled the paper several times. So these students became very sad and we are all crying. Enrico told his parents what happened, and they told him to reflect about it. That's when he came to the conclusion that being educated in a Johrei family and by following the teachings of Meishu-sama, it made all the difference in his upbringing. He felt as a special person for having such a permission. Then, with great joy, he received the sacred focal point Ohikari on October 30th of this year. He earned on his own the suggested amount for the Ohikari presentation by helping with chores and tasks at home and receiving cash gifts from his relatives. Enrico is immensely happy to be able to channel Johrei and to give service more earnestly. Thank you very much for listening to these faith experiences. I wish you a very wonderful day. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion of our morning service. Thank you everyone for joining us and have a blessed day.